At the Shanxi Museum, British guide Reese unexpectedly encounters the Asian version of Angry Birds. Let's follow his footsteps and embark on the fascinating journey across millennia. The Taigu cake, known as the king of pastries, is beloved by many. Up next, we will follow the inheritor of Taigu cake to learn more about the cultural stories behind it. Hello and welcome to Exploring Shanxi. I'm Zhang Yingyi. Today, Reese continues his journey exploring Shanxi's rich culture at the Shanxi Museum. The moment he steps into the exhibition hall, he is immediately captivated by the Asian bronze wares. The red spots and green rust unveil Shanxi's long history. Here, Reese is joined to the profound history carried by a divine bird, immersing himself in the cultural charm of ritual beauty that spans millennia.
I won.
That must be because you have an owl.
Of course, every wizard needs an owl.
You know that in Shanxi Museum we have different kinds of magic birds.
Really?
Yeah, why don't you go and check them out?
These red spots and patches of green rust tell the story of an ancient civilization.
Chinese bronze is so captivating because seeing the pieces in a museum, one can only imagine what they have seen, how they were used, and by who.
But I'm more concerned about where the owl is.
商代时，人们非常喜欢枭，认为呢它是一种可以通天达神的鸟。那我们展柜当中的这件鸮友啊，其实鸮呢是中国古代对于猫头鹰的一种统称。
A closer look reveals that its feet are pointing inwards, giving it an innocent, almost cute appearance.
酉，它是中国古代祭祀时非常重要的一件酒礼器，里面盛放的是一个叫做巨畅的酒水，主要就是专门祭祀神灵的。
In fact, this pendant almost resembles an ancient version of the game Angry Birds. In ancient Greek mythology, owls were believed to be an incarnation of the goddess of wisdom, whilst in folklore, they are often believed to be messengers. For people in ancient civilizations, the natural world would have been an extremely confusing place.
They would attribute many natural phenomena to the supernatural.
This is something that Eastern and Western cultures have in common. It was believed that because birds fly so high, they were closer to the supernatural, to the sun, to God, and that this is what gave them their wisdom.
Hello, Rex.
Huh?
It's me.
What?
Yeah.
Who are you? Where from? What do you do?
I'm Niao Zun. I come from China 3,000 years ago. I am a wine vessel. 凤首象尾，尊贵如我。你看我的样子，这鸟冠，这尖喙，还有这通体跳跃的羽毛。在中国人的心目中，我是一只代表着祥瑞的鸟——凤鸟。我的主人是当时这里的国君。尽管我只是只盛酒器，但从开始到现在，所有人都把我当宝贝。抓住小鸟捉手，打开盖，酒可以从这里注入或取出。每逢祭祖，我都会和君王一起登上殿堂，奉上香甜的梨酒。
梨酒？
对，你可以理解成是一种原始啤酒，是用发芽的谷物酿制。
Oh, I like beer too.
我被发现的时候，完全是散落在泥土里的一堆碎片，我生怕他们认不出我，但没想到文物专家和技术人员坚持不懈地完成了对我的发掘和修复。你别说，就这个执着昂扬的劲头和他们的祖先一模一样。他们用了20年还我真容，那我必然要用3000年积淀，奉还一段礼仪中国的故事。 Alright, enough said. Please attend a grand banquet of the spring and autumn period with me.
In China, items of bronzeware are classified as heavy artifacts, not just because of their size, but because of the spiritual weight they carry.
Long ago, enormous cauldrons would have been used for feasting and for making offerings to the gods. As a part of this ritual, people would have also struck bells and played music, believing that this would entertain the gods. Born out of these Bronze Age traditions was a culture that was built on ritual and etiquette.
Taigu cake is a traditional delicacy from Shanxi, known nationwide for its fragrance, crispness, softness, and tenderness. It has earned the title of King of Pastries. Now, let's follow the inheritor of Taigu cake to discover more cultural stories behind this beloved treat.
《花图展》中提到的泰国的饼，就是来自我们泰国的传统名点太古饼。我叫李军伟，太古饼100年老店，新饼记第5代传承人。有人要问了，在面食王国的山西，为什么太古的饼能脱颖而出，并成为国家地理标志保护产品呢？这就和经商有关系了。明清时期的太谷经济特别繁荣，有金太谷的说法。当时呀，在太谷城南的沟子村，有位姓张的烧饼师傅，就用白面、白砂糖、胡麻油、芝麻仁做了一种干饼，吃起来是香酥甜软，特别受有钱人的欢迎。后来又因为方便保存，许多商人就把太谷饼当成了行商路上的口粮。就这样，太谷饼随着晋商的足迹，走遍了神州大地，也赢得了糕点之王的美誉。新饼记至今已有164年的历史了。从选取原料到烘烤出炉，我们都严格按照祖传古方，精选特定的主辅料。原材料配方搞究，采用传统的和面、揉制手法以及特殊的烫面翻烤工艺制作而成。小小的太谷饼承载着几代人的辛劳和智慧，前辈们把精益求精的工匠精神融入到饼子里，也把信义至上、诚实守信的晋商智慧融入到饼子里。希望通过我们的努力，让更多人了解山西太谷饼文化，让新饼记太谷饼走出国门，走向世界。
That's all for today's Exploring Shanxi.